Hello and welcome, Karen Cancerians and everyone else. This is Rose Smith here from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com doing the Cancer October Horoscope. Now, there is still a lot happening in the heavens for everybody. So we have Mars retrograde until November 14th, and we also have Mercury retrograde. And for you, that will be in your 5th and your 4th houses. And Mars retrograde will be in your 10th house, which is your house of career and status. So things could be a little bit quieter around your work in October, so just bear that in mind. There is also, the good news, however, is, and we do have good news, Saturn and Jupiter have finally turned direct last month, and so you could be feeling a little bit more hopeful, particularly about your important partnerships and those people that are very close to you, that you're sort of in partnership in one way or another with. So that could be business partnerships, or that could be somebody that you live with in a romantic situation, or maybe a spouse. Okay, so things could, that it might feel like they might have been a bit stuck or a bit jaded, and now finally they can move forward. Okay, so a bit of pressure will be off you finally, Karen Cancerians. All right, if you're new, I'll just briefly explain how I operate because it's a bit different. I like to pick 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you, and do a little clairvoyant vision or channeling before I turn the card over. Then we'll have a look at your horoscope, and after that I'll finish up with a psychic summary, psychic channeling, just to pull all the energies together to sum up. Okay, so if you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, so let's go to the board and pick these 2 cards that I was just talking about, and we'll see what the cards want to say. I'm actually going to pick that one because it's sort of impactful, that's sort of speaking to me. I'm closing my eyes now. There's a lot of green here, green for opportunity, for growth, for expansion in your life, contrasted against a particularly blue sky. Green and blue have been coming up a lot for many of the star signs. So this is something right across the board where people are feeling a little bit more hopeful and a little bit more expansive. Some restrictions in certain areas could be released or reviewed or dropped at this time, I feel. Okay, in other areas though, of course, COVID is still there, and could flare up in certain areas. So it's like when you talk about a country, it's like lots of little different areas in a country, and they're all got different needs and requirements. Okay, I see a ladder and I see a hole. The ladder is in the hole and somebody is climbing up out of the hole. So if you have felt that you've been in a hole in somewhere in your life, October could see you climbing out of the hole. It's important to know that nobody's coming to rescue you. You have to come out yourself. You have to put in some effort and energy to pull yourself out of any sort of depression or sadness. And it's very easy these days to be sad and depressed with everything that is happening, particularly with the number of deaths and the number of illnesses from COVID. And also the fires. The fires are just shocking. I'm so sorry to hear so many states in America are having terrible, I think it's beyond bushfires, it's firestorms now. It's like nuclear devastation in some places. Australia went through this earlier this year and the end of last year. It is shocking. Okay, what else do I see for you, caring Cancerians? Yeah. Okay, I see a cross. It is like an Egyptian ankh, so this is a sign of life. It has like a circle on the top, which a circle always means completion and completing the circle, whereas the Christian cross doesn't have that. And so the Christian cross relates to a sign of sacrifice, whereas the ankh sign is more of a sign of life with the circle on the top. Okay, let's see what comes out All right, we've got the Emperor here. The Emperor is somebody who's in a position of authority, somebody who is laying the law down to you. Unfortunately for some women, and all too often, this can be their partner or spouse or their father, and sometimes their brothers. And so this is a person telling you what to do. It can also be a government department, particularly if they're giving you some sort of financial help, maybe some COVID supplements or handouts. You've got to jump through hoops to get them. And basically it says play by the rules. If you want to get this, this and this, you have to basically do what they say. So it's up to you to choose whether you're going to do that. The upside of this is some people like this energy because it makes them feel safe and secure. The rules are all spelt out, and so they just know where they are. And if you've been through a really hard time and you're looking for safety, then you mightn't mind some, I would say, interference in your life from an authority figure. To me, it's interference, but that's my nature because I'm independent. I don't like it. But like I said, if you've been through a really hard time and you feel injured, or you've got some spiritual or emotional wounds from the past that you don't feel that you can deal with yourself, you may rely on this energy to help you if you are a good little girl. Yeah, obviously I'm not. Or a good little boy even. Red is for action, and so there's action to be taken not only by this energy, but this energy wants you to take action as well. And they're going to lay down the law of how you should take that action, okay? So, you know, it's a mixed bag, the Emperor, basically. Now, let's have a look at the second card as a theme card for the month for you. You can think of this as the first half of the month, if you like, and the second card as the second half of the month. But in spirit, there is really no such thing as time. So, yeah, it may or may not help you to do that. Closing my eyes now. I've got the colour turquoise, and this is the blue, turquoise blue. So this is about learning to speak up. This is the throat chakra. Express yourself. Say what you need to say. I feel like a lot of people, and particularly women, have been shut down so that they're not allowed to speak. And this is done in various ways. Not only do some people just tell you to shut up, people have told me that so much, but I don't even know why they bother, because it doesn't even work. Not only do they openly tell you to shut up, they actually do other sorts of things like ignoring you, ostracizing you, you know, kicking you out of a group or something like that because they don't want to hear what you have to say. But this is the time I see clear throat energy here coming through in this beautiful turquoise blue. Okay, so all about self-expression. And here we have the Hierophant. Okay, this is all about knowledge. You see here she's seated on 3 books, and she has a book. This is like a book of life. Okay, this is a story. When you come in to this reality here, when you incarnate to this planet, everybody has a book of life. I've seen it many times while reading for people. And see, they're saying here the book of life is key. So if you can get in touch with what's written in your book of life, you'll know where you're going and what you're doing. And you can also rewrite pages or even rip whole pages out. I've had many dreams where the writing on the page has actually just been disappearing in front of my eyes. And that is like karma being undone. So I don't have to face every sort of detail of karma because I've changed enough to you know, get over that part. I've still got some karma, obviously. Karma goes on for, you know, we have many thousands of lifetimes here. So this is all about obtaining knowledge. You might be thinking about studying or doing something different, changing job. But just now is not the best time to change job with Mars retrograde in your 10th house of career here and nothing much happening here in your 6th house. So the thing about this card is that with knowledge, you need wisdom to correctly apply the knowledge. That is very, very important. Okay, so some discernment. It's interesting, they're both wearing red. So we've got the male and the female, and red is about action. So this month you'll be taking some action steps. Alrighty, so that's the 2 cards. Let's have a look at your horoscope now, and you can see there is quite a lot going on this month compared to usual, and there's a lot happening down the bottom here, the bottom of your chart. The top of your chart is like the public area of your life. The bottom is the more personal or private area of your life, okay, and there's lots going on here. So let's have a look. 1st of October we have a full moon, and that's in your 10th house, okay, so full moon here in your 10th house, and this is all about transformation as far as your career and goes, and this is a type of career that makes your heart sing, and it's also your reputation. So there's some sort of internal transformation going on about your work, so you might really be thinking about changing jobs or doing something different with your work, but now's not the best time. So you might wait until after the 14th of November when Mars is direct again, would be a better time perhaps. 5th of November to the 2nd of October, Venus in your 2nd house here, right on the edge here. And this brings temptations to you. You might be really tempted to spend lavishly on beautiful things. Resist frivolous purchases if you can. Buy things that appreciate and value, such as art or jewellery. Okay, 21st of September to the 22nd of October, Sun in your 4th house here is wonderful for home and family. Your domestic affairs are flowing more smoothly. You could build trust in your family, and you may give your home some more attention. It's a great time for interior decorating and making things beautiful and peaceful. 26th of September to the 27th of October, Mercury in your 5th house here is all about mental challenges, leisure and pleasure, amusements, fun and communications. You could be talking a lot about love and creativity, because the 5th house is also the house of young love or romance. So the other thing it can rule over is children, the world of the child. You may have more to do with children than what you normally do. 25th of September to the 3rd of October, Mars squares Saturn. Okay, so this is a little bit of frustration at work, and you might feel a little bit discouraged in your current situation as far as work goes, whether you have or do not have work. You could also be unusually sensitive to criticism, and authority figures are problematic. Remember I was talking about authority figures? This is this dude here. It's a time to be patient and take a deep breath. Don't rush into anything too quickly, okay? This time will pass. It's only a week, just over a week, so, you know, just pick your time. 28th of September to the 5th of October, Mars conjuncts Mars. You might have a desire to make a fresh start, a lot of physical energy and willpower, which are very strong at the moment, but Mars is retrograde. So do be careful with irritability and accidents, okay, and especially at work. Try not to blow your top if you can help it. 1st of October to the 27th of October, Venus moves into your 3rd house here of communications and local environment. It's a great time for socialising and catching up with your neighbours and distant family particularly, or your siblings that you haven't seen for a while. It's also a great time for short trips and errands in your local area. 6th of October to the 12th of October, Mars squares Pluto. This gives you a drive for personal power. Watch for domineering behaviour in yourself or others. Don't push yourself too hard, or don't push others too hard. Again, patience is needed now. 9th of October to the 23rd of October, Jupiter sextiles Neptune, sharing spiritual ideals. You become clearer about your own beliefs as you share. 9th of October to the 17th of October, Mercury trimes your MC, okay, which is to do with your work. So there could be some discussions about work. Of course, be careful of Mercury retrograde. And what are the dates? 13th of October in Scorpio to the November 3 in Libra, okay? So, yeah, just know with Mercury retrograde, sometimes you can get miscommunications. It also plays a lot of havoc with equipment, technology, and things like that can be affected. Make sure you back everything up. With retrogrades, it's a great time to complete things that you started ages ago before the retrograde, but if you want to start new things, particularly with Mars and particularly new things at work, not the best time, okay? Where are we up to? 21st of October to the 21st of November. Sun moves into your 5th house here. And that should have a dot in the middle. Sorry. You express yourself playfully. This is a great time for arts, music and entertainment, for being creative and being romantic. And again, you could be feeling close to the world of the child. It brings insight and awareness and even happiness. 16th of October, new moon in your 4th house here. Brings new beginnings in your home and family. You might start a new, renovation project or a new project at home, or something with your family changes, but it's a positive influence. 20th of October to the 28th of October, Mars squares Jupiter. You could be feeling highly ambitious and optimistic. You may take on new ventures. Do watch for overconfidence and don't bite off more than you can chew. Because you might have times where you're feeling quite energetic, but with Mars retrograde then you could feel flat. So if you start something, you might not have the energy to finish it. That's sort of on the cards. 27th of October to the 10th of November, Venus and Mars move into your 4th house. Venus and Mercury. Venus and Mercury move into your 4th house here. This brings beauty in your home and harmony with your family. There's lots of activity and socialising. You could be talking peacefully about personal family matters, interior decorating, or making your home beautiful in some way. So 1st of October to the 22nd of January 2021, Neptune sextiles Jupiter. You could be in a generous and tolerant mood. You forgive others and offer an olive branch to smooth out past problems. You could make donations to charities, but do watch for self-sacrifice. And that came out in the vision at the start on one of those cards. Don't go overboard. Don't give too much of yourself or you may regret it later. Because then you look back and you think that person didn't even thank me. They didn't even care. So, don't fall into that trap. You are much clearer now about philosophical and spiritual matters. It is a great time for travel to beautiful and relaxing places. Even if you don't go far, because I know it's hard at the moment to go anywhere, substantial with COVID. But yeah, just going to a beautiful place in your local area would definitely help you. Now, I'm going to close my eyes and see what I can see for you, caring Cancerians, for the month of October 2020. Well, yes, family matters are on the agenda here because I'm seeing people eating soup, it looks like, or maybe casserole or stew. It's in a bowl and somebody's eating it with a spoon. So I feel like you could be cooking more than usual. Family gatherings and friends. What is that? I'm seeing, okay, this is a bit, I know you're Cancerian, but this Aquarius has got something to do here, because I see, the symbol for Aquarius is the water bearer, and it's like a jug full of water, and that's what I'm seeing, and they're tipping the water out. So there could be someone near you, close to you, who's like an Aquarian who is very emotional. Aquarians aren't normally, they're normally detached. And they contain the water, they contain the emotions, and they keep their emotions in, and then all of a sudden they explode and the emotions come out all over the show. And so just, if you're dealing with Aquarians, know that they are in fact emotional, and they could be going through an emotional time, dear Cancerians. Okay. It could also be another water sign, maybe it's another Cancerian or a Scorpio. But the vision I've got is the Aquarian glyph of the water bearer. Okay, anything else they're saying? They're showing me a watch. They're saying timing's important. Timing is of the utmost importance. For what? Okay, for freeing yourself from difficult situations. Again, I go back, I see a hole in the ground here in the ladder, and climbing out of the hole, climbing out of, on this ladder. And so the timing that you free yourself, and I want to say it's a self-imposed restriction. Now they're showing me the middle finger, which has got, the obvious meaning, but the nail's all bruised. And so the nails are like your head, and it's like an ego conflict. So maybe there's been an argument, or someone that you're dealing with, or yourself, that has had some sort of conflict and it hurt. Okay, and I just don't remember. You can look up palmistry and look up the meaning of the middle finger. And is it Jupiter? Let me know in the comments. I think it might be, the finger might be called Jupiter, but what I'm seeing is this really bruised nail here on the middle finger. Which hand? Right hand. Okay, so right hand is the male side. It could be more likely to be a male, but can be a female. And it also means your own masculine energy gets hurt in some way. It's almost like if you advance too suddenly, somebody's gonna stop it. That maybe that authority figure will stop you. Okay, and you could end up feeling miffed if you advance too suddenly. So yeah, go at a reasonable rate. You don't have to go like a bull at a gate or anything like that. Okay, anything else for courageous Cancerians? Yeah, they're just focused on the hole and the ladder and climbing up. So you are climbing up out of a hole. You're getting out of a difficult situation this month. Just go slowly, be patient, and you'll get there. Okay, won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Okay, thanks so much, caring Cancerians, for listening, and to everybody else. If you're not a Cancerian, please consider subscribing to my channel and give this video a like and share, and don't forget to hit that notification bell right now. Even if you're already subscribed to my channel, not everybody has hit the notification bell, so they don't get notified. I know I'm putting out a lot of videos at the moment. Maybe you don't want a notification every day saying Rose is on again. Perhaps, I don't know, or maybe you do. Okay, thanks again, and have a very wonderful month, and I shall see you again soon. Okay, bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.